Hello everyone and welcome to Tathastu ICS. My name is Trija Garg and I am your economy faculty. Bad loans. What are bad loans? Bad loans are something which no banks like on their balance sheet. It is something that they don't want. Okay. So this is something that we will be discussing in today's lecture. Because there's this recent news in Economic Times, Modi government turned around banking sector over rupees 10 lakh crore. Bad loans, when we're talking about bad loans here, recovered. Okay, in last 10 years, our finance minister Nirmala Sitharaman said. So in this lecture, we will learn what are bad loans, why are they not good for the banking sector, how the Modi government or our government in last 10 years have turned around the banking sector, and how is this very important for us for our economy. Okay, let us begin. First, this is the news that you need to understand. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman highlighted that the Modi government's success in the banking sector. Okay. First, we'll understand what are bad loans. The ED investigated bank fraud cases and attaching proceeds worth rupees 64,920 crore. Okay. Now, there are there are little details in this news, in the synopsis, which came in Economic Times, and it is very important for us to understand from the UPSC point of view. First of all, you need to understand the importance of banking sector for our economy. When we talk about the banking sector, we're talking about the credit. Okay, you know that people need money. Money is everything. They need money to do certain economic activities which will enhance the production level in our economy and hence the GDP growth. For example, if we talk about agriculture, they need money, right? They need money to produce crops. They need money to buy certain tools, machinery, tractors, etc. Right? When we talk about MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises, the main problem with them is the money, the fund. Okay, and this is how the banking sector provides them fund, which in return, they produce a lot of goods and services for the economy, which adds to our economic growth, that is the GDP, right? So banking sector is very important. It is crucial for our economic growth. If the industries do not have money, they will not spend. And if they not spend, they will not invest, they will not spend money, they will not produce anything. And in the end, what will happen? Our GDP will suffer, and that is our economic growth will suffer. Strong banks facilitate manufacturing, because when we have strong banking sector, they have money, they have liquidity in the banking system to provide loans, to provide credit to the consumers, to retailers, to business people, to corporations, right? Then that will enhance what? That will facilitate what? The manufacturing in our economy, the production level in our economy, right? How? By providing loans. So for our economic growth, for our GDP, our banking sector is very important. Hope you've understood this. Now, let's talk about the historical context and then I'll tell you what are bad loans. Okay, so what happened was around 7 to 8 years ago, India's banking system was suffering. It was facing a crisis because we had bad loans or non-performing assets. Okay, we had a lot of bad loans and non-performing assets in double digits. Okay, so let us understand what are bad loans. You know that banking sector provide loans to public, right? Be it individuals, retailers, we call them retailers, or you can say that corporations, businesses, right? Now, when banking sector provide them loans, what happens is if they do not get the loan back, okay, that is a loss for the bank. Okay, what will happen? Let's say a bank has provided loans to people, okay, to businesses. Okay, now from where do they get this money? From the depositors. They get this money from the depositors. Now, if the bank is providing them loans for what? For people to actually, let's say for the individuals, the retailers, okay, they avail the loans for their personal requirements. It could be education, it could be home loans, or to invest somewhere, right? Or when we talk about businesses, then they want to expand their basically production level, so they ask for loans. Now, for some reason, if they do not get the loans back, the banks do not get the loans back, okay, that will be your bad loan. Now, the bank will suffer. One, if they do not get the loans back, they will have less liquidity. The liquidity in the banking system will decrease. okay, the confidence in the banking system will decrease because depositors will be like, this particular bank is not getting the loans back, that is the asset to the banks. If they're not getting the loans back, our money is in danger. So all the depositors, they will also start withdrawing their money, okay, in because they have lost the confidence in the banking system as well. And similarly will happen with other banks as well. We are talking about one bank here, but similar situation will happen and other banks as well, and this will cause our economic growth will suffer. Basically it will cause it will basically affect our economic growth, our GDP, because if the banking sector fails, our financial system will start to fail. People will lose confidence in the banking system, because of which people will have less money to actually enhance their economic activities in the economy, because of which our GDP will also suffer, and hence the economic growth will suffer. So banking system is very important because they provide credit, to expand production activities and everything. Now, so a bad loan is one that has not been serviced for a specific duration. Okay, what do you mean by servicing of a loan? Meaning, that whenever a loan is provided to a corporation or to an individual, they have to pay an interest on it, and when the loan matures, okay, after a certain period of time, they have to give the principal amount back as well. Okay, so when we talk about servicing a loan, it means that it involves regular paying of interest and the portion of principal, okay, whatever is outlined in the agreement between the lender and the borrower, as per that. Okay, so bad loans, they carry a lower probability, or you can say likelihood, that loan will be repaid. Okay, so that is a problem. Bad loan that has turned bad, it means you're not getting the money back. Okay, now when the loans, they have not received the interest payments for the 90 days, for over 90 days, they are classified as bad loans or non-performing assets. Okay, loan is considered NPA, non-performing asset, when bank seizes, okay, bank is not getting payments on the principal, okay, or the interest for more than 3 months. It's been 3 months and they haven't received any interest, or they haven't received any principal amount. So that is your bad loan. It has turned into an NPA, that is non-performing asset. Why is it non-performing asset? Because you know that the loans that a bank gives to retailers or consumers, to corporation, that is an asset to the bank. Now it is not performing, so non-performing asset. Okay, so when we talk about few years ago, the NPA, it rose, okay, from 11 to 12%, you can say around 11 to 12%. A few years ago, the NPA, it was rising, okay, indicating that a significant amount of portion of loan was not being prepaid. For example, we can say if the bank has given rupees 100 loan, okay, let's say 50 to someone, 10 to someone, 40 to someone, okay, total 100 rupees of loan, then around 11 to 12%, that is around 11 to 12 rupees are not coming back. So that is a loss for the bank. Right now we're talking about just rupees. These are crores. So imagine the amount, the loss that a bank is facing. This is the amount of the depositors also. This is the amount of the less liquidity that the bank will have. Okay, and this is something that you need to understand. So bad loans are not good for any bank. Now NPAs are divided into two parts. Okay, they are gross and net. When we talk about gross, we are talking about the total value of loans or advances that the borrowers have defaulted on. It means the total amount of loans that a bank has given and it has been defaulted upon. Okay, and when we talk about net, we are subtracting the provision. What is a provision? Provision is basically the fund that banks or financial institutions, they keep, okay, they reserve it to cover the losses, the losses in the non-performing assets. So basically initially only they keep some amount as a provision, okay, out of the loans, so that they know. This is also known as provision, basically coverage ratio, provisioning coverage ratio. So basically to actually cover from the potential losses that can come from these non-performing assets, the bank keeps some provision. So when we subtract these provisions from the gross, we have the net NPAs. Okay, so now when you see these two terms in the newspaper, don't ever get confused. Now how do bad loans work? Basically all the financial institutions, banks, they have to report their bad loans, okay, or we can say NPAs, in their consolidated statements of operations. they have to report it how many bad loans they have. Okay, because even RBI, to maintain the stability in the financial system, RBI has to also check upon the banks and everything, if there's financial stability in the banking system as well. Okay, so for that as well, they have to do what? Report their bank loans and NPAs. Now, asset liquidation, what happens is, after prolonged non-payment, if the consumer, if the customer, okay, be it corporation or be it a retailer, that is an individual, if they haven't paid, okay, and it's been a long time, then the lender, that means the bank here, okay, what do they have to do? They will ask the borrower, okay, to liquidate what? It means turn into cash, okay, sell something, sell an asset, okay. When you take a loan, you keep something as a collateral, okay, so that collateral has to be liquidated if they are not paying the loan, okay. That is one thing. If there are no assets that were pledged, it means there were no collaterals, then the lender may write off the loan as the bad debt or sell it to a collection agency at a discount. Now, at that point of time, the bank has two options. One, either writing off means it is removing it from the basically a balance sheet. Now, you know that when we talk about the balance sheet of the bank, the loans are basically, they are listed on the asset side, right? Now, where writing off means we are actually removing it from the asset side, and that becomes the bad loan, okay, the bad asset basically, okay, bad debt, okay. So now all the bank can do it, that is writing off from the balance sheet, okay, because it is no more an asset, or it could sell it to a collection agency basically at a discounted level. For example, if there is a 100 rupees loan that the bank that the customers have defaulted upon, then the bank can sell it to a discount to a collection agency and say that this is the amount, you give us 80, okay, at discount you give us 80 rupees and you can collect the 100 from the customers, okay. That is another option that the bank has. Now, grace period. When we talk about NPAs, okay, or the non-performing debt or bad loans, they are typically defined as a debt that is unpaid for 90 days or more. And loans, they generally have a 90 days grace period, okay. Specific terms can vary. If loan also, it remains unpaid beyond the grace period as well, then it is categorized as non-performing asset, okay. I hope you have understood this. Now, what is the current scenario? अब ये बैड लोन्स बहुत ज्यादा थे, ओके, डबल डिजिट में थे, तो बैंक्स में क्राइसिस था, बहुत ज्यादा क्राइसिस था. तो अब बैंक्स में स्टेबिलिटी लाने के लिए, टू एक्चुअली गेट स्टेबिलिटी इन द बैंकिंग सिस्टम, देयर वर सर्टेन रिफॉर्म्स दैट वर डन बाय द गवर्नमेंट. वी विल डिस्कस देम, लेकिन द करंट सिनेरियो एट द मोमेंट इज दैट सिग्निफिकेंटली इंडिया हैज रिड्यूस्ड बैंक लोन्स and also achieve profitability in the banking sector. How does the bank achieve, bank gets profit? Basically, when they give loans, they get some interest amount, that is their profit. So if they are basically, how will their profit enhance? How will the profitability enhance? When they are giving more loans and they are giving the interest payment back, that means their profit is increasing, okay. Now, there are two types of bank: public sector banks, it means the government holds majority of the shares, and private sector banks. Okay, when we talk about public sector banks in India, after merging and everything, there are 12 public sector banks. When we talk of public sector banks, in 2018-19, you will see it had rupees 85,000 crore of loss. It was facing 85,000 crore of loss. Now, it has turned into a net profit of rupees 1.4 lakh crore in 2023-2024. So, do you see, from a loss to a crazy profit, okay? When we talk about private sector banks, even they are, they also enjoying the net profit of rupees 1.78 lakh crore. That is 42% increase from the previous year. Okay, we have 21 private sector banks at the moment. Now, when we talk about these things, it shows us that the banking sector is actually getting strengthened. Okay. Now, when we talk about the overall banking sector, we can say overall we have rupees 3 lakh crore profit. That is 39% increase in our banking sector. So, our banking sector is actually enjoying the profit at the moment. At some point of time, it was actually facing so much loss that it can be called as a crisis. But now, it is actually, doing what? It is actually enjoying the profit. But how? How has this happened? Okay. First, if you see credit growth, banks increase the loans, okay, especially in retail. Retail means individuals to individual customers, okay, which led to higher interest income, okay, that added to the profit of the banking sector. Then reduction in bank loans. Then all the banks, they actually focus on reducing their bank loans. It means defaulting was actually reduced. So focused on minimizing the non-performing assets. And how will that be minimized? Basically, when we strengthen the rules to actually give the loans to people who can actually pay it back. ओके अगर आप किसी को भी लोन दे दोगे और आपने उसका चेक वगैरह नहीं किया है, बैकग्राउंड वगैरह, और आपने उसको लोन दे दिया है, तो चांसेस हायर होते हैं लोन्स ना वापस आने के. तो अगर आप रूल स्ट्रेंथन कर देते हो तो आपको पता होगा कि यस दिस पर्सन कैन गिव बैक द लोन. ओके, सो दैट इज हाउ यू मिनिमाइज व्हाट द नॉन परफॉर्मिंग एसेट्स. गवर्नमेंट रिफॉर्म्स, strong policies and oversight, okay, regulation to curb bad loans and ensure loan recoveries. Government has also helped. Now when we talk about two people, okay, first of all, State Bank of India. State Bank of India is the largest public sector bank, which is the largest lender. Okay, they also are enjoying a significant profit of rupees 20,000 crore in March quarter and 61,000 crore for the year. Okay, so that is the, when we talk about SBI, it is the largest lender in the banking sector who give loans to corporations, to retailers, individuals. And when we talk about HDFC Bank, which is a private bank, it is a leading private sector bank with substantial profits as well. So these two banks have performed very nicely, or notably you can say that. What were the causes of past issues? When we talk about the phase 2005 to 2013, basically the lending increased, and lending was basically increased to a sector where basically lending by 15% was given to people by political influence. Okay, basically without proper due diligence, it means the background wasn't checked too much or anything. Okay, and it was influenced by political pressures. मतलब कि बैकग्राउंड चेक नहीं हो रहा था, पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर आ रहा था, और आप जो हो बड़ी बड़ी कॉर्पोरेशंस को जो थे यू वर लेंडिंग मनी जो वापस नहीं आ रहा था. ओके, दैट वाज वन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स. लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट लोन्स. ओके, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट लोन्स, मेजॉरिटी ऑफ बैड लोन्स वर फ्रॉम corporates unable to repay due to failed projects. When we talk about COVID, okay, but अगर कोविड के बारे में बात करें या उससे पहले के बारे में बात करें, कॉर्पोरेट्स ने, बहुत सारे कॉर्पोरेट्स ने लोन्स लिए थे, बड़े बड़े लोन्स लिए थे, एंड दे वर अनेबल टू पे बैक दैट लोन, which also caused, why were they unable to pay back that loan? Because they thought that they will expand their production facilities, they will also earn profit, so it would be easier for them to actually pay back the loan. But what happened was basically they were unable to pay back the loan. Okay, then we have evergreening loan. What is evergreening loan? Basically, the banks do this to avoid showing their NPA in the balance sheet. They actually do what? They provide the borrower with another loan. Okay, or they actually restructure the loan. कि टाइम बढ़ा दिया, okay, restructure कर दिया लोन को, या फिर एक और लोन दे दिया उस लोन को चुकाने के लिए, एंड फिर उससे अलग लोन बन गया. ओके, सो उससे क्या होता है, आपने वो टेम्परेरीली क्या कर दिया है, फिक्स कर दिया है, विच इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. तो आपने वो एवरग्रीनिंग ऑफ लोन कर दिया है. ठीक है, वो एवरग्रीन चलता जा रहा है, यू आर जस्ट रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग द लोन. ओके, नाउ why is this important for us to address bad loans in the banking sector? First of all, for financial stability. Okay, what is bad loan? It is the money which has been lent out but you haven't got that back. Okay, so high levels of NPAs, they can destabilize bank because the liquidity in the banking sector will decrease. Okay, and also it will also undermine the ability to lend further, because if they do not have money, then they will not be able to lend further. The money will be given back to the depositors. Credit growth. Okay, if we do not recover the bad loans, what will happen? Okay, basically our economic growth will suffer because the consumers will not have the credit access that they actually need. Okay, then the investors' confidence. The people who are investing, they will also basically lose confidence in the banking system because they know that the banking system burdened with bank loans, it can deter the investors. Why? Because demonstrating robust recovery mechanism, reduce NPAs can attract both domestic and foreign investment. Because if you know that people who are investing in India, if they know that the banking sector is facing a crisis and they have a very high NPA level, then they will also deter from investing in the country. Economic health. You know that banking sector plays a very significant role in actually providing money to different sectors of the economy, be it agriculture, be it MSMEs, be it anything. Okay, and if they do not have the liquidity in the banking system, then what will happen? Our economic activities will basically suffer. So it is very important for the banking sector to actually reduce the bad loans in their balance sheet, not just balance sheet, in reality. Okay, now what did the finance minister said? That recovery efforts. Modi government claims to have recovered around 10 lakh crore from bad loans, okay, that they have recovered this amount, the bad loans amount. Out of the total bad loans amount, they have recovered 10 lakh crore rupees. This signifies a major cleanup of the banking system, okay, because they were previously plagued with high levels of NPS, which was in double digit. Now, when we talk about ED's role, she also talked about the ED's role. In ED, they actually, investigated 1,105 bank fraud cases, attaching the proceeds of rupees 64,920 crores, which highlights government's aggressive stance on financial fraud and corruption, that they wanted to reduce the corruption, so they investigated the cases. Asset restitution, what does this mean? Basically, public sector banks, because they lend most of the money to corporates and to individuals, so to basically, it means restitution means kind of refunding, okay, so they gave money, or you can say that they improved the structure, okay, so they gave this money to the public sector banks so that, okay, the public sector banks can become healthy and also lend more money to people, okay. Then banking sector profitability, if we talk about 3 lakh crore rupees of total banking sector performance, then it shows us that the bank's performance has turned around, okay. This is the 4 points. These are the 4 points that Nirmala Sitharaman, that's the finance minister, talked about. What were the reforms introduced by the Modi government? The 4 R's. Recognition. It means that the NPAs are identified transparently. Okay, कि पहले से ही देख लिया कि NPAs कितने हैं, एकदम ट्रांसपेरेंट होके. उसके बाद रेजोल्यूशन एंड रिकवरी, उसके बाद हमारे जो इंसॉल्वेंसी एंड बैंक्रप्सी कोड था 2016 का, वो सब चीजें आई, जिसकी वजह से हमने क्या किया, रिकवरी स्टार्ट करी. रिकैपिटलाइजेशन, जैसे कि अगर हम बात करते हैं कि PSBs की, यानी कि हमारे पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स की, वी स्टार्टेड टू इन्फ्यूज कैपिटल, ओके, अलाउइंग देम टू अब्सॉर्ब लॉसेस, जो भी लॉसेस हुए हैं वो अब्सॉर्ब हो जाएं और उसके साथ दे एबल टू लेंड मोर. देन वी हैव मोर रिफॉर्म्स, स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स वर डन so that we were able to improve the credit discipline. It means किसी को भी ऐसे लोन नहीं देना, political influence में नहीं देना है, देख समझ के with due diligence you have to give the loan, okay. Responsible lending होनी है, so that and enhancing governance in banks. These 4 R's helped turn around the banking sector's crisis. Then reduction of political interference. For example, when we talked about that earlier, in the earlier phase, basically what happened was people were given money due to political influence, right? So that was reduced, okay. Then financial inclusion, with our initiatives like Jan Dhan Yojana, a lot of, there was financial inclusion. It means people, especially women, they were getting loans, okay, through this initiative by the government, okay. They also critiqued the previous government, saying that there was a cesspool of bad loans. Okay, there was a lot of mismanagement and corruption in our banking system, which actually led to a cesspool of bank loans. So what is the conclusion? That improved banking system is very important for us because it allows more lending to people, which boosts investment and promotes GDP growth, that is our economic growth. And if people have money, then economic development will also be achieved. When we address the NPA crisis through a multifaceted approach, the government aims to strengthen the banking sector's foundation. How? Because we also want to become the developed nation by Viksit Bharat by 2047. It will help us, achieve that dream as well, that goal as well. And the continued emphasis on transparency, okay, by transparently finding out the NPAs, financial discipline, inclusive growth reflects a comprehensive strategy to sustain the banking sector's health and foster broader economic development in our country. I hope now you have understood what are bad loans, how it started, what was the problem, how it was improved, okay. Now this is a homework question for you that you have to solve and answer in the comment section. With reference to evergreening of loans, consider the following statements. Banks adopt the evergreening of loans to avoid classifying a loan as a non-performing asset. It is a process whereby a lender tries to revive a loan that is on the verge of default or in default by extending more loans to the same borrower. The process of evergreening of loans is a temporary fix of for a bank. How many of the given statements are correct? Please answer them in the comment section and I will reply to it. Okay, thank you so much, and